Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alif Zikri bin Zaufli. My metric number is DD180038. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the introduction of thermal radiation. Okay, radiation is the energy emitted by matter in the form of electromagnetic wave or photons as a result of the change in the electronic configuration of the atoms or molecules. Unlike conduction and convection, the transfer of heat by radiation does not require the presence of any intervening medium. Okay, so if you compare with the conduction and convection, they need an intervening medium. So radiation do not use intervening medium. In fact, heat transfer by radiation is fastest at the speed of light, and it suffers no attenuation in a vacuum. This is how the energy of the sun reaches the earth. In heat transfer study, we are interested in thermal radiation, which is the form of radiation emitted by bodies because of their temperature. Okay, all bodies at a temperature above absolute zero emit thermal radiation. Radiation is a volumetric phenomenon, and all solid, liquid, and gases emit, absorb, or transmit radiation to varying degrees. However, radiation is usually considered to be a surface phenomenon for a solid. Okay, so let's see a video. I want to show you some video. Okay, this is one of the example of radiation. Okay, so radiation, when you walk outside on a sunny day, you immediately feel the warmth of the sun. Okay? Even if the air is cold, heat from the sun is being transferred to the space by radiation in order to warm you. Okay. Radiation also plays a role in heat transfer in a building. If you stand in front of the window, like in this video, okay, on a cold day, your body radiates heat to the cold surface of the window, and the result is you feel colder. Likewise, if you stand in front of the window with the sun streaming in you, you feel warm as a result of incoming radiation. Okay, this type of energy, solar radiation, is primarily short-wave radiation. Glass is nearly transparent to the short-wave radiant energy from the sun, and the result was sunlight. Okay, so in this chapter, we use this equation to represent and calculate the radiation, which is the Stefan Boltzmann law. The equation is Q dot emit max is equal sigma times with AS, which is the area, okay, times with TS to the power of 4. Okay, what is Q dot? The Q dot is the rate of which energy is released, okay, and sigma stand for the Stefan Boltzmann constant, which is 5.670 times with 10 to the power of negative 8 watt per meter squared times with K to the power of 4, okay. AS is stand for the area, and TS is represent the absolute temperature of the surface. Okay, so we have to find the emissivity, which is the epsilon symbol, which is the emissivity is a measure of how closely a surface approximates a black body, for which the emissivity is equal to 1 of the surface. Okay, so when we key in the value from the question, okay, we will get the rate of which energy is released. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Aiman Hakim bin Roslan, AD 170046 from Group 3, and I will continue the theory. Gray body. Source with low emissivity, lower than 1, independent of wavelength of light often is referred to as a gray body. Gray bodies will have emissive and absorptive power less than of a black body. Diffuser emitter is a surface for which the intensity of emitted radiation is independent of direction. The diffuse gray body approximation of real body make their otherwise complex study and analysis simple. A gray body is defined as a body whose absorptivity of a surface does not vary with a variation in temperature wavelength of incident radiation. Below is the diagram of black body and gray body. Radiation exchange between surface. The equation mentioned in the previous section for the rate of energy exchange by radiation between a gray body and the surrounding medium assume that the radiating body could see only the large enclosing black body, represent the surrounding medium. All energy emitted by the small radiating body is assumed to be absorbed by the surrounding medium. Kirchhoff law. Consider an isothermal cavity and a surface at the same temperature. In simpler language, for an arbitrary body emitting and absorbing thermal radiation in thermodynamic equilibrium, the emissivity is equal to the absorptivity. The total hemispherical emissivity of a surface at temperature is equal to its total hemispherical absorptivity for radiation coming from a black body at the same temperature. View factor. View factor is a purely geometric quantity and is independent of the surface property and temperature. It is also called the shape of factor, configuration factor, and angle factor. The view factor based on the assumption that the surface are diffuse emitter and diffuse reflector is called the diffuse angle factor, and the view factor based on the assumption that the surface are diffuse emitter but specular reflector is called the specular view factor. The radiation coming off the source is uniform in all directions. View factor expression for some common geometrics of finite size. Align parallel rectangles, coaxial parallel disc, perpendicular rectangle with common edge, parallel plates with midline connected by perpendicular line, inclined plates of equal width and with a common edge, perpendicular plates with a common edge, three-sided enclosure. This is the table of view factor expression for some common geometrics of finite size, 3D. Align parallel rectangle, coaxial parallel disc, and perpendicular rectangle with a common edge. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhanani binti Nur Halim, DD180054 from Section 1. I am from Group 3 and I will be presenting the second example for this topic. This is the question for our second example. The surface has an absorptivity of 0.5 for solar radiation and the emissivity of 0.5 at room temperature. The surface temperature is observed to be 350 Kelvin when the direct and the diffuse components of solar radiation are 350 and 400 watt per meter squared respectively. The direct radiation makes a 30-degree angle with the normal of the surface. Taking the effective sky temperature to be 380 Kelvin, determine the net rate of radiation heat transfer to the surface at that time. First, we identify the values given in the question. These are the important values that were given in the question. Then, we list out the values to make it easy for us to substitute them in the formulas later. To find the net rate of radiation heat transfer, we must first find the total solar energy. For the total solar energy, we use the equation of direct component of solar radiation multiplied with cos theta plus the diffuse component of solar radiation. Substituting the values, we get 703.11 watt per meter squared for the total solar energy value. Next, to find the net rate of radiation heat transfer, we use the equation where surface absorptivity times total solar energy value minus emissivity times the Stefan-Boltzmann constant times the surface temperature to the power of 4 minus the sky temperature to the power of 4. The Stefan-Boltzmann constant has a fixed value of 5.67 times 10 to the power of negative 8. Substituting the values in the net rate of radiation heat transfer equation, we get 347 watt per meter squared net rate of radiation heat transfer to the surface. Moving on to the next example, consider a 20 cm diameter spherical ball at 800 Kelvin suspended in air as shown in figure 11.12. Figure 11.12. Assuming the ball closely approximates a black body, determine A, the total black body emissive power, B, the total amount of radiation emitted by the ball in 5 minutes, and C, the spectral black body emissive power at a wavelength of 3 mu meter. First, we list out the value given in the question. D equals to 20 cm or 0.2 meters. Temperature is 800 Kelvin. By assuming a black body, the Boltzmann constant is 5.67 times 10 to the power of negative 8 watt per meter squared times Kelvin to the power of 4. For question A, the total black body emissive power is determined from the Stefan-Boltzmann law to be E equals to Boltzmann constant times with the temperature to the power of 4. This is the listed value from the question given. Substituting the value, we get 23.2 times 10 to the power of 3 watt per meter squared or 23.2 kilowatt per meter squared. That is, the ball emits 23.2 kilojoule of energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation per second per meter squared of the surface area of the ball. For question B, the total amount of radiation energy emitted from the ball in 5 minutes is determined by multiplying the black body emissive power obtained above by the total surface area of the ball and the given time interval. First, we find the area of the spherical ball with the formula pi times d squared. Substituting the values of the diameter, we get the 0.1257 meter squared. For the time interval, we convert the 5 minutes into seconds and we get 300 seconds. For the total amount of radiation energy emitted from the entire ball, we use the formula E times area times the time interval. Substituting the values obtained, we will get 876 kilojoule. That is, the ball loses 876 kilojoule of its internal energy in the form of electromagnetic waves to the surrounding in 5 minutes. This is enough energy to raise temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 50 degrees Celsius. Note that the surface temperature of the ball cannot remain constant at 800 Kelvin unless there is an equal amount of energy flow to the surface from the surrounding or from the interior regions of the ball through some mechanisms such as chemical or nuclear reactions. For question C, the spectral black body emissive power at a wavelength of 3 mu meter is determined from Planck's distribution law. B, E equals to C divided by lambda exponent C over lambda T minus 1, which gives the value 3848 watt per meter squared per mu meter. That's all from me. Thank you.
A very good evening to Dr. Azwar. My name is Yabi Han. My matrix number is AD170263. Today I will going to present the example question of radiation view factor. For the question given, determine the view factor f1 to 3 and f2 to 3 between the rectangular surface shown in the figure. For the solution, for finding factor 1 to 3, firstly we have to find the ratio of L3 to W. L3 is 1 meter and W is 2 meters, so we get it 0.5. Then we find the ratio of L1 and the W. L1 is 1 meter and W is 2 meters, so we get it also equal to 0.5. Next, we have to refer to the graph given. For the ratio of L3 to W, it is 0.5. For the ratio L1 to W, it is the 0.5 also. So we connect each other and we get the f3 to 1 is equal to 0.24. Since a1 is equal to a3, so f1 to 3 is equal to 0.24. For finding f2 to 3, firstly, we have to find the ratio of L3 to W, so we get it 0.5. Next, we have to find the L1 plus L2 to the W. L1 plus L2 is 2 meter and the W is 2 meter, so we have to divide it and get the ratio is equal to 1. So, refer to the graph. For the ratio L3 to W, it is 0.5, and for the ratio of L1 and L2, it is equal to 1. So we connect each other and we get f3 to 1 plus 2 is equal to 0.29. Since f3 to 1 plus 2 is equal to f3 to 1 plus f3 to 2, so we get it 0.29 is equal to 0.24 plus f3 to 2. We substitute the equation and we get f3 to 2 is equal to 0.05. Since f2 to 3 is equal to f3 to 2, so we get it 0.05. That's all for my part. Thank you.